All right, boys, we're back here, and it's time to build a dynasty here in the NHL. Borre Grob taking his talents to the hockey world, because clearly baseball's not it. Fuck baseball. Fuck the Red Sox. That was some absolute bullshit, okay? So, of course, you guys already know what team we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Calgary Flames, and they are in the most interesting spot. These are also custom rosters. I can upload them to PlayStation, but these are entirely custom rosters. As you can see, tanked Washington. I tried to tank Edmonton, tanked Calgary's overall. Chicago, they're already bad. Boston, I made better. I made Vegas better. I made Vancouver better. I did basically every team. I made Arizona apparently a lot better. I went through and did a lot of adjustments, made Dallas a lot better. Just off the top of my head, what else did I do? Pittsburgh, I made their depth worse. Toronto, I made their stars better, their depth worse. And just a whole lot of different changes throughout. You guys will slowly be picking up on them. Anaheim, I did a lot of changes to Anaheim. So let's just keep going with the Calgary Flames, because they are in a very interesting situation. Because these are the settings we're going to be rocking, by the way. Because we are locked into Jonathan Huberdeau and Nazem Kadri. Because we are going to play as if their no trade clauses are intact. So, since their no trade clauses are intact, we're going to have a lot of work to do with this team and trying to find out. We're going to go hard difficulty on that and trying to find out how we're going to build out this squad, because our biggest holes really is at the star power, and that's where our money is already being paid. You know, we need Huberdeau to get better. You guys will see what we are going to go with. We're going to keep the auto-rotate goalies off. I like to manually switch between the backup and starter because, you know, sometimes the backup is hot and it allows us to keep track of everything in a more slow down manner. The prospect quality, I'm going to put that to high, honestly. I just find it more fun. Maybe you guys don't, but I think you can change that later on. Maybe not. I don't know. Everything else, yep, okay, we're all good. We're going to jump in now with the Calgary Flames and take a look, because as you'll see, I have tanked these guys. And their no trade clauses, let me double check how long their no trade clauses are for. So, Jonathan Huberdeau's no trade clause starts 2029-2030, where we have like a 10-team no trade list where we can finally move him. But as you can see, I've dropped him down to an 85. He's been dog shit this season. Absolute dog shit. I did not touch the X Factor, so he still has all those. Nazem Kadri, another guy, he can't get traded to 2026. We're locked with him for 3 years. He's all the way down to an 84 at $7 million. Like, these guys need to really improve their overall for us to have any success. Chris Tanev on a limited 10-team no trade clause for this season. Noah Hanifin, same exact thing. And then the big boy Elias Lindholm, what are we going to do with him? We'll have to see how we're playing. And then Jacob Markstrom, an 82, making $6 million, a complete no-move clause. We're stuck with him unless we buy him out, which we'll see what we end up doing with him. Daniel Vladar, another guy I had to drop. He's at 2 years, 2.2 mil, and he's a 75. He's dog shit. We do have Dustin Wolf here in the minors. We're just going to rock him right away. Send down Daniel Vladar. That's going to be our first move. Defensively, we got Mackenzie Weegar in 87. He's got a no trade clause in there. Then you got Rasmus Anderson, Noah Hanifin, Tanev, Zadorov, Ostrel, some defensive defensemen. Okay, so we need 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7. Dennis Gilbert's the other one. He's a 74. Do we have anyone better? Yeah, let's call up Oscar Shillington right away. I guess he's hurt in real life. I don't know why that would be a thing. Right wingers, we got Coronado, Dubé. Well, let's just go forwards. 78's okay. So we got Lindholm, Huberdeau, Mangiapane, Kadri, Backlund, Coleman, Razika, Sharon Govic, Coronado, Pelletier, Dubé, Greer, Rooney, and Dewar. So let's send down Rooney and Dewar. If these guys we're gonna call up Hunt, and so yeah, we're just gonna call up Hunt. We're gonna leave Dewar there. So that's what we're looking like for the roster. Who are our top prospects? We got Coronado of forward, who's already playing in the NHL. Zari. We got Pelletier playing in the NHL. Ruzicka in the NHL. Sharon Go. Okay, so we got like really no prospects other than Honzek and Zari, and people who are already in the NHL in their mid-20s. Defensively, prospect-wise, we have not a single guy. Okay. So we have no prospects. We really just have what we have on roster. So we got to win now. And if not, we got to make moves to somehow sell off whatever assets we can to get whatever draft picks we can. At least we have our first, second, third. We don't have our fifth and seventh. We don't have our first next year, but we have Florida's first. Does Florida have who has our first? I'm so confused. Does Florida have the first? Is it a pick swap in real life? No, Florida doesn't have a first. Okay, so some team has Calgary's first. I don't know who. We'll learn one day, I guess. So I'm gonna build out the lines for us now, and I'll be back when I'm done with that. All right, boys, here's the lines we got. So we're going Huberdeau, Lindholm, Mangiapane on the first line. We get a +5. So hopefully, because really our biggest goal has to be getting Huberdeau to progress back up to at least 87, 88, hopefully, even though he's entering his 30s, because players can progress like that in this game. Line 2, we're going completely young outside of Kadri, hoping Kadri can lead Coronado and Pelletier. Third line, we're going Coleman, our captain, Backlund, and Adam Ruzicka for a tougher third line. Then fourth line, we're keeping the toughness, Greer, Sharangovich, and Dubé. Defensively, we're walking Uyghur and Anderson for an insane +5 on the first line. Hannafin on the second line with Tanev. Then Zadorf and Shillington rounding it out. AHL, we're just going to go best lines. So head coach preferred lines as long as Poirier, yep. And Zari's on line 1. Yep, that's all I need to see for that. Because, we want to get off to a hot start, honestly, because this is where we're at contractually. There's 3 routes we end up going. 1, this team turns it around and we all of a sudden turn into buyers. We look to extend Elias Lindholm for that. Yeah, that's like really team friendly. So we could get like $8 million for 8 years for Elias Lindholm. Then we got Noah Hannafin we got to extend. Tanev we'd have to extend for another year or 2 possibly, or move on from him. There's moves to be made. But then there's also the accelerated rebuild where we start trying to sell off anything that doesn't have a no movement clause is gone off this team. So Shillington, Zadorov has moved to a team within those 10 teams. Tanev has moved to a contender. Who else could be moved? Anderson honestly could be moved. He only has 3 years left. Major rebuild, I'm saying. Lindholm gone. Hannafin gone. Uyghur would have to stick around. Or there's also the kind of the retool where we try to extend Lindholm even if we barely miss the playoffs, and we try and just find the right pieces to build around him. Maybe still move a guy like Mangiapane at some point, and just go from there. Goalies, we're gonna be set with Dustin Wolf. Dustin Wolf contract, yeah, let's just extend him right. Oh, okay, let's wait on honestly, how long would we go? 8 years at 5? Ooh, we might just lock up Dustin Wolf long term. We'll see how he starts the season. We're gonna give Markstrom the nod game 1 just for the sheer fact that he's making $6 million. And he is an 82. He's not a 79. He is technically the better goalie. And maybe unlike real life, he'll actually play like someone in the 80s. Because honestly, I could have made him worse. I felt like I went kind of generous on him. But let's simulate to the regular season. We're going to go a little bit in. You guys can chime in about whether you think we're rebuilders or whatnot. Anton Chiarelli for Tanev and Zadorov. Hell no. 8 years. No, I'm not committing to something like that right now. We're still not even committing to Elias Lindholm like that right now. We're not going to commit to Anton Chiarelli. So let's get about a month and a half, 2 months into the season. Get a good 10, 15 games under our belt. Maybe really see the direction we're heading. And we'll end it there. So, Game 1 versus Winnipeg. Let's go into the real-time simulation and see how this game ends up going. First period under Borregrob's career. 1-0, and Adam Ruzicka is the first player to score in the Borregrob regime. Second period, Nino Niederreiter gets a power play goal to tie it up. Third period, power play goes nowhere. 2-1 Mason Appleton. We cannot solve Hellebuck, and Hellebuck did get a little bit of a downgrade. Blake Coleman gets a goal, third line, coming in clutch, getting both of our goals. Power play, long power play, holy shit, and we don't get anything. We were barely getting a shot off. Another power play goes nowhere. We have overtime. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we got a shootout opening night. Let's go check out the shootout. Let's see how this goes. CPU versus CPU. Yeah, we're gonna rock the nice home jerseys in Calgary. Borregrob trying to see who's got to stay, who's got to go, and the third line is making a case that they're the best line on the team. So interestingly enough, ratings wise, like, we got a really good defense. Just offense and goaltending kills us, which makes sense, honestly, that would be what's killing us the most. Like, Weegar and Anderson, they're not bad 1-2. You would still like, a true top two, because neither of them are at that 89-90 range, but they're both very serviceable. They are not bad defensemen at all. So Kyle Connor coming down, backhand, forehand, and almost, but Markstrom stops him. Huberdeau coming down, going backhand, forehand up front, and then just shoots it into Hellebuck's chest. This could be a long night, folks. This Cole Perfetti coming down, Markstrom gloves it, couldn't quite catch it, but Nazem Kadri, the two big signings from last year. Kadri backhand off the post and out. I thought that was a sick goal for a second. Ehlers comes down the wing, scores. So who's it up to? It's up to Elias Lindholm, our three best players. What has Lindholm got? A toe drag, but it's still stopped. We lose our first game of the season. 40 shots by Winnipeg. We got up a solid 37, so not a bad first game. But of course, it's still not a win. Like, we need to get the wins early, really see the kind of progression we're hoping we see, because, this could be a quick decision. We might get to this 10, 15 game mark, 20 game mark, and just be like, well, that's it. But Blake Coleman, that third line, really showing out. Inaugural night, showing a good first impression to us. And, this isn't going to be an easy division with Vegas, the reigning champs, in it. You guys got also, Vancouver, who's looking red hot right now. The Oilers, they got McDavid. The Kings, I made them better, even though they're 0-2. But, we're 0-2, so 0-3, this might not be good. Mackenzie Weegar's our leading point getter at 3 points in 2 games, as we are going to drop probably as Elias Lindholm goes down. We win the game without Elias Lindholm. He gets hurt till like late November already. Damn. Okay, let's just move everyone up. Everyone come up a line. Kadri goes line 1, Backlund goes line 2, Sharon Govich goes line 3. Goalies, we're gonna switch it out. We're gonna go to Dustin Wolf. See how Dustin Wolf does now for the next couple games at Columbus. Like, they're not a good team. We should be able to beat Columbus. There we go, a 5-2 win. Our D-core is leading us. Rasmus Anderson takes over the point leader at Detroit. Now they're 2-1 as well. We lose 6-4. Come on. Like, I can't even be mad at the offense. Dustin Wolf, what are we doing? I mean, it could be also just like bad offensive play. Because like, even though it is a +5, having 85s and 84s on your first line is not a recipe for success at all. So versus New York now. Let's see what we got here. Mackenzie Weegar's fully healed. I didn't even know he was hurt. We lose 8-2. Get Dustin Wolf out of there. Holy shit. He cannot. Is this Daniel Vladar in here? What is going on? What's that save percentage looking like, Dustin? An 8.46 through 3 games. Holy shit. Okay, Markstrom. Can Markstrom be any better for us? And it's going to be interesting to see how good my rosters are. And Vancouver seems to be liking them. They're 5-1. Oh, fuck. What did I do? I didn't mean to do that. Back out, back out, back out, back out. Blow back out. Wait, the Sharks, of course, dead last. That's good. I tanked the Sharks. The Sharks are really bad. I made sure of it. I made sure there's no chance they're good. Because I was doing a franchise as the Sharks, and they were actually doing good. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, they were damn near a playoff team. Tony DeAngelo, yeah, we do not need that. We already have Oliver Shillington. At Edmonton, can we break this losing streak? We lose 7-1. We're going to switch up the goalies again. We are 2-6-1 to start the season, just like the real life Flames. So honestly, congrats to me. I made some pretty damn good realistic rosters, at least when the Flames are concerned. 2-6-1. We'll see if we can turn it around. Dallas is 6-1. A lot of realistic records, actually. I'm quite impressed with myself. As we get Elias Lindholm back, we lose 5-0. So hopefully the addition of Elias Lindholm does good. But already, like, I think it's not even a question what the move is. Like, at the very least, retooling. Like, that's at the very least. We cannot do. Oh, what? Weegar was. Oh, shit. Well, that's my bad. My bad, Mackenzie Weegar. How many games did he miss then? He missed 8 games when he should have missed probably like 5. Well, if we missed the playoffs by 3 games, you can blame me now. You can blame me for that. Unless, if that doesn't happen, though, it doesn't matter. If anything, it gives us a better playoff spot. Zadorov for a 4th and a 7th. Not quite. We're not going to make a move this early. But, and I'm hoping we can get more than a 4th for Nikita Zadorov. At least a 3rd for Zadorov. As we win 7-3. Okay, on the backs of our offense. Elias Lindholm and Weegar back in the lineup. We can put up some goals versus Nashville. We win 3-1. Okay, Kadri's actually having a good year. Maybe this is all we needed. We just needed Weegar and Lindholm back in the lineup. At Toronto, they're 6-7. Holy shit. At Toronto, we lose 4-2. That's fine. It's fine. At least it was competitive. It wasn't a blowout. It was not a blowout. Switch up the goalies again. Dustin Wolf, what's that save percentage looking like? 881. Markstrom's rocking a 900 flat, so it's not like he's balling out. Huberto's a -5, 13 games in. The second line is actually killing it. The third line is struggling. What are the stats looking like? 8 -5, 2 -2, 8 -5. Okay, just because they're only a -2 and Lindholm is playing, we're going to just rock with it a little longer just to see what ends up happening with Lindholm playing more. At Ottawa now, Matt Coronado gets some back spasms. He's going to be out for a few days. A 5th and a 7th and Austral for a 2nd. I'm just going to accept this straight up. That is a very easy trade to make. Let's go to our roster moves. We're already labeled a seller by the game. I don't think we're quite sellers. I mean, we just made that move, which hurt our depth, but we can just go sign a guy. In fact, yeah, we're just going to go sign a guy instead of bringing up Dennis Gilbert. Dennis Gilbert sucks. So free agency, defense. Let's see who's going to be our new 7th D-man with our $1.4 million. Defense. Oh, is it going to be Beaulieu, Scott Harrington, John Moore, Ryan? Let's go former 1st round pick, like 5th overall, right? Wasn't it 5th? He was former second overall pick, Ryan Murray. Yeah, let's give him a 1-year deal. He's going to become our new 7th D-man, Ryan Murray, because I can't believe we just got that trade. Why would Carolina offer me that? That is a great trade for us. Great trade. Nazem Kadri off to an actually great start. Calgary wishes they could see this from Nazem Kadri. Montreal 9-5-1. Good year for rookies. That's good. There's also some added players that got added, so that's kind of nice. I did use someone else's roster with like the added players as a template. Ryan Murray signs. Let's go to roster moves and call up a Ryan Murray. Great addition for us. Absolutely great. NHL like 13 legend Ryan Murray. And saves money, technically. Man, I can't believe we're up to the cap. Calgary, real life Calgary is in an absolute shit show. I mean, we're in a shit show now. We're taking over the mess. But especially real life Calgary, absolute mess. We're 5-11. Honestly, 5-11, that's a good spot. We're 5-11. We'll just stop it here. It's 16 games in an NFL season schedule for all you NFL fans out there. It's a good stopping point. You can really get a sense of the team, the lines, how everything is doing. And we got a 2nd round pick, or a 5th and a 7th. So less depth draft picks now, even less than we did before. But if anything, we can always flip that 2nd for more than a 5th and a 7th. Maybe I was wrong that the guy we just traded actually had a lot of trade value, but it looked like to me a steal. So forwards, Kadri, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points, even player. That's incredible. For what we're looking at right now, that is incredible. Huberdeau, Mangiapane, both -4s, 11 and 10 points. Not terrible, not the best. Lindholm is only a -2, so the first line, relatively, it's kind of working, but Lindholm only 4 points. I think it's more Mangiapane's not enough of a sniper. He needs even more of a shot. I think we're desperately in need of a first-line sniper. You got Coronado. He's been pretty good, same with Pelletier for what we're asking them to do. For a role of a depth forward, and Coronado as a depth forward, they're doing good. So that's all we can ask for. Sharon Govich, the depth outside of that first game, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna rearrange the bottom 6. Gotta rearrange the bottom 6 and find a lineup that can work. This Hutton guy actually has been playing pretty good in the couple games he has played, so maybe we play him more. Defensively, Anderson and Uyghur are the only pluses. Yeah, we gotta just shift anything that's not the very top of the top. We gotta find a switch for. Dustin Wolf has more wins, but has been playing much worse in net. Maybe we send him down, but I feel like he's ready to play in the NHL. He's gotta play better. Everyone in front of him also has to play better. So we'll do that in the next one. Let me know what you think we should do. I think to me, we're sellers, or at least retoolers. I think we're more of a retooler than a seller, just for the sheer fact of the Huberdeau and Kadri contract. So with that being said, I will see you next time.